All right, it has come down to this. We have finished Equinox. It's done. Now we need only watch the ending.
Yeah. Okay.
We have one more sync, one more sabotage.
All right.
And sync. Sabotage, this is Jeff.
This is David.
And we are watching the ending, which I've glitched out.
His head is
yeah. I was crouching as the boss died. So now it thinks I'm still crouching, but normally you're supposed to just be standing. So it has the crouching animation for his body, but his head is in the right place as if he were standing, which is weird.
Well done.
Magic.
It's
magic.
Well done.
This is magic.
So
this ending story here is actually kind of morbid.
okay.
So Glendaal's defeated evil witch Sonia. Thus, we know her name now.
Yeah.
Galadonia. Okay. One day returns former glory. In a tiny chamber concealed behind the throne of the witch Sonia, Glendaal found his father Shadax. Again, we're going to assume that he's adopted.
Yeah.
Because of the hair color, the ear color, the skin color. Whatever.
Yeah.
Although weak from cold and hunger and almost blind from months of total darkness. That's kind of... That's serious. I mean, that's serious imprisonment.
Wow.
So apparently he's just been in there for months.
Just in a box.
Frozen, nearly dead, blind. That's... Yeah. And Glendaal actually has some dialogue here, you know, a little bit. You're safe now. I have come to take you back home. Our people need... Well, as you know, it's slow scrolling ending text. Yeah. Hey, Shadax also gets a little bit of dialogue. A little Glenn, apparently. This is his nickname.
I was really hoping it would all just be gutturals.
What? Nah.
He barely recognizes his own son.
So yeah, this is serious business here. It's depressing. Sonia was quite the witch.
She was evil. She was evil.
What are her motivations? Oh, who knows? It's a video game.
She's an evil
yeah,
witch.
She's just doing evil.
Her name is Sonia. She either has to be evil
Was
or
it
good.
specifically her magic that got rid of all the people in the land? Was it her magic that created the monsters? Or were they just sort of like her followers?
I don't... Okay, he did not detect
go either way.
her evil intentions.
This implies that they were probably, maybe, sure... It's probably her apprentice. No, his apprentice.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing. When I saw you last, you were just a child. Now, you could just interpret that as just a sort of coming-of-age story for Glendaal.
Yeah.
Or he could have been in prison for years. Okay, roll that around in your head.
Oh.
So he was just, like, gone for... Okay, I'm going to assume it was just more of a... Yeah, coming-of-age thing. Okay, that makes more sense. I'm assuming that Sonia was Shadax's apprentice. And just sort of... did the whole Sith thing at the end.
I mean, she could have been Glendaal's mother.
It's possible. These things we will just never know. But it might be.
Yeah. I love how there's no music.
I would love to see a third game in the Equinox saga. I mean, Solstice, of course, the first one. Equinox was the second one.
You think we should throw
I've actually thought about it enough to think, like, who actually owns the rights to the Equinox brand? And I have no idea because, I mean, the company that made it, Magical Journey.
Aww,
we have the second.
It sound Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, we're going to have... Oh, and also, this is a side note. Shadax says, I have enough power to send us home. I'm going to assume that seeing his son inspired him, and he just wasn't able to teleport at any time. It was just lazy.
It's like, I have the power to send us home.
We have a large... a large float over all of the lands, just floating over all the lands of Galadonia. Yeah. You can see all of the the Atlina boardwalks will appear in a second. The Quagmire Marsh, all of that.
That little angle.
Yeah.
Is that just saying that's like the end of all known universe?
Well, that's the end of the Mode 7 rotatey part. So the rest is just background. But yeah, there's a Galadonia, all of the lands.
Yeah.
It's completely purged of the ghosts. It's a good little...
Oh, music!
There we go, and it's flying around.
On a magic carpet.
Yep. Shadax and Glendaal.
Somehow
flying around. Somehow related. But yeah, I've always wondered who actually owns the rights. Software Creations doesn't exist anymore. I think they got absorbed and dismantled, and who knows.
Did it go... Well, no.
I don't know. I looked this up at once. I don't have the history of their demise, but... Yeah, the Atlina boardwalks. I mean, like, the potential for a third one, I always thought it'd be interesting to just do it from Sonia. and maybe do a Tale of Redemption light on story. I just figured a 3D version of the game that uses the same principles of Escher-like depth perception puzzles done in a 3D environment would be really interesting.
Cool.
Like,
as it stands right now, I think the best we could hope for with that though would be like Xbox Live Arcade or a PlayStation,
or just a fan game that is that's similar enough to be like, hey, remember this, but not so similar that it could be sued.
Yeah,
it's like Shadax and Glendaal. Oh, Glendaal. And the evil Sonya. I couldn't think of a good. But yeah, here's our awesome credit screen. Just
it's half obscured by the rock in the foreground.
Yeah, that's right. The
Olafsson.
Yeah. And directed by Alan Smithy, which of course is the name that you put when you don't want to be associated with something. Either there was not an actual director position and it was a joke, or there's the movie and the rest is just either or that, or the person who actually directed the game was ashamed of it. So
wait, so Alan Smithy is what you put down?
Yeah, it's a pseudonym that is for people that want to disown their work. Music, Tim, Jeff, Fallen. Good job, guys. Their third brother also appears in the Software Creations list down here. There it is, Mike Fallen. All the Fallen brothers brought us this wonderful game. As Glendaal majestically watches the sunset on his kingdom.
It's always, I don't know, it's always kind of weird when you see the making of a game and most of the names aren't like this,
aren't just Japanese. Because Sony Music Entertainment Japan is actually the publisher, which is weird because it's music and the publisher. It's got good music. It doesn't necessarily follow. I mean, it's not it's not one for one, but Sony ImageSoft, I forget the. I know I did. At one time, I did look up the histories of all these companies, like wondering what they've done or what happened to them. But oh well, that's definitely just a Wikipedia entry away.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not too lengthy credits. All things considered, I think it's actually a pretty good ending. You get some unfortunate implications with what's been going on with Shadax.
He's been gone.
You have a good old just fly over the lands.
And the magic carpet.
You have a tease for a inevitable but also never going to exist sequel. I mean, it would probably be like Eclipse. That would seem like, Solstice, Equinox, Eclipse. It seems like it would follow.
Yeah.
And then a slowed fade to black, and the game resets.
Automatically.
It goes back to the beginning. You'll see the star field that begins the game that we watched many moons ago.
Dear Lord. This took a while.
All right. Hey, guess what? Equinox is done.
We have finished Equinox. It is done. By we, I mean you.
Yeah,
you.
I played it. Here. So yes, that is the end of Equinox.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wow. Some sort of meaningful ending